stuff, alcohol and every chemical substance or controlled substance.
Your grandma.
These parents are having the day from hell. It's one thing to get arrested, but being arrested in front of your kids is a whole other thing entirely.
Let's move back here. I don't want your kids to see anything, okay? Okay.
Where terrible parents realize they've been arrested. Tempest Isem. We begin with 36-year-old Tempest Isem of Trenton, New Jersey, who was arrested on the evening of March 2nd, 2023, after leading police on a car chase while her 3-year-old son was in the car.
Yeah, you were on Lafayette. Get your earrings still over there.
After Tempest explains to the officer that she called the police after her ex-boyfriend hit her car, the officer calls dispatch and Tempest flees the scene with her 3-year-old son in the back seat.
262 dispatch. This is gonna be what? Stop!
The officer locates her car and finds Tempest attempting to flee the scene. She immediately orders her to get on the ground. Clearly, there's something else going on here.
She's running. Stand by.
Stand by.
Let me see your hands. I have a gun. I'll shoot you. Why? Let me see your hands. Get the down. Get the down.
Officers secure the child and remove him from the chaotic scene.
All right, we got the baby. Huff, don't let go of the baby.
With the baby safe, it's time for officers to focus all their attention back on Tempest so they can find out what's really going on. She's taken into custody.
You gotta be kidding me.
Why are you running?
Because I'm scared.
Scared of what?
All right. Get my baby.
No. You worried about the baby now?
Hey, you gotta go. Did you go over there?
Before I get in, can I just catch my breath? I really can't breathe. I'm scared.
Tempest will have to find another game to play because the officer wasn't interested in playing that one.
I was just scared. I was just scared, ma'am.
What's your first and last name?
Tempest Isem. I can't breathe back here.
Because you were running.
No, it's not just that.
The officer may be listening, but so far she's not buying the story. The little boy wasn't in a car seat at the time of the accident, and now they believe he wasn't even wearing a seatbelt.
But when you found him, he was not strapped in or anything. Does he seem like he has any injuries?
I have Tim's come in to check him out just because he wasn't.
No, of course, but I'm just saying nothing obvious.
No,
Okay.
He's not speaking.
Another officer describes the entire chaotic scene.
As we're coming down Southern, see these two cars on Perry. So they blow the red light there. We start making our way to follow them. I hit the lights. They both pull over. The female driver with the baby's in this car. He said he's the ex-boyfriend. He might be the father of the kid. He was back there, stopped. So she stayed with him. I proceeded up to the further up car to talk to the guy and see what's going on. She fucking takes off. Get back in the car. She takes off on foot. She runs towards the bar, goes down the sidewalk, into the parking lot, tries to get in someone's car.
Meanwhile, Tempest is still telling her version of the event from the back seat of the cruiser. Story number 2 doesn't work for her either.
I called the 989 number earlier, and I spoke to a lady, and that officer was telling me to follow him to 225. I was asking for an officer to meet me on Stuyvesant because I was in pursuit of the car. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the law. I just know what they told me on the phone.
You know what you could do? Save your story.
Tempest continues to plead her case, but she's not doing herself any favors.
Mister, please.
No, listen, good.
I'm not making any excuses for what I did as far as the baby being in the car.
Okay.
I do take full responsibility.
She should definitely take the officer's advice and keep quiet, but she doesn't take it.
Give me a minute. Let's take it down.
I'm scared.
Just take some deep breaths for me. Let's get it calmed down.
And
We're gonna take care of the child. We're gonna make sure our number one priority is the child right now.
It's hard to imagine why Tempest thinks the officer would be interested in all this backstory, and why she thinks annoying the officer is helping the situation.
All this started earlier. I approached the car, right? This is my ex-boyfriend.
So all this is over the car?
Yes.
Having confessions on tape isn't going to help her in court, but she clearly isn't aware of that. She pleads to the cop that's processing her, saying that she's not trying to talk her way out of it, but that's clearly exactly what she's doing.
Listen, I'm not trying to talk my way out of what happened. I was scared. But I do want to say, before everything happened, to let this be known to an officer who told me to bring Tariq.
I got her. Do you mind getting the packet for me?
So,
Tempest is being difficult to the bitter end, but luckily for the officer, she's almost done with this suspect.
is the person We have no idea who that is. Who did you speak to? It was a male. The first time I called it was a male. The second time I called it was a female. Then she said, hold on, and the same guy I talked to the first time, he called me back at least 2-3 different times before he threw the 4-way at my window when I hit that building.
She was charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest, eluding, endangering the welfare of a child, and several motor vehicle violations. The real victim here was a 3-year-old boy, and in our next case, the victim is even younger. Yajira Tirado and Jacob Kruger. On June 29, 2019, in Volusia County, Florida, sheriff deputies arrested 28-year-old Yajira Tirado and 25-year-old Jacob Kruger after they responded to a report of a toddler attempting to cross the road.
Okay.
The officer arrives on the scene and sees a woman holding a very young boy on the side of the road and explains the situation. The officer already has an idea where the boy was coming from.
Did we find? No.
I just pulled over.
They were walking in the road?
Yes, his face. He actually.
Oh, I know where it is. I think I'm pretty sure I know which one. He's from that one right there.
Oh, good.
I'm pretty sure.
I hope so.
Hey, buddy.
I don't know if
You want to come to me or are you good with her?
The boy is taken towards a trailer, and he confirms to the deputy that's where he lives.
Is this where you live? You live here? You live here?
Yeah.
That's where you live? How'd you get out? Is this where you came from?
Yeah.
No one answers the door, so the officer takes the boy away and hands him back to the Good Samaritan so he can retrieve his car.
See my blue lights, buddy? Look at that. We're gonna sit in that car actually. Can you hang tight with him while I pull my car over here and he can sit in the back of my car for a second? Absolutely is.
Come here.
While the woman fills out paperwork for the officer, he tries to keep the boy entertained.
What's up, little man? You like it in here? Woo! Boom, push it. Look at that. Oh no, the car is rocking.
When they find mom and dad, it's not going to be a good day for them.
You recognize me?
No.
You don't recognize me? I was here last time when this happened. You remember that?
Yeah.
They soon arrive on the scene and have no idea what's going on.
Your son today was in the street walking out on US 1 and luckily some nice ladies saw him and stopped before he got smushed by a friggin' car. You know, what were you guys doing in there?
We were just sleeping.
Just sleeping?
Yeah.
Since the child can't be left with the irresponsible pair, arrangements have to be made. Those two are headed to jail.
Step out of the car for me. Come here. Put your hands behind your back. I've had enough of this with both of you.
Jacob is oblivious as to why they're being arrested, proving the point of the arrest.
What? Is she getting arrested?
You both are getting arrested, so get your kid dressed.
For what?
Child neglect.
Why?
Come on. What do you mean why?
Why?
Have a seat in the back of my car.
No,
I've had enough of you guys.
They're both locked up, and luckily the child is safely removed from the home. The pair were charged with child neglect, and the boy was placed in the custody and the care of the State Department of Children and Families. Hopefully he gets a fresh start with a family who will care for him. The children of our next suspect may also need a fresh start somewhere else. Wiley. Broward County sheriffs made a traffic stop in February 2022 involving a driver named Shantavia Wiley. When stopped by cops, Wiley mentioned the urgency of picking up her kids. The officers detected a cannabis odor in the vehicle and alcohol on Wiley's person. Here's how it went down.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
I ain't drink. Hello.
Ma'am, can you hang up the phone, please?
Tell her I'm on my way to pick my baby.
Go ahead. Ma'am, can you hang up the phone, please?
The officer questions the driver about their alcohol consumption, expressing concern. Wiley denies drinking, and the officer asks the passenger to hang up the phone. The officer informs the driver that the vehicle is not registered to them and there's no insurance. Smelling alcohol and weed, the cop decides it's DUI investigation time and tells the driver to get out of the car.
Okay, so what type of shoes do you have on? Okay, that's good. Can you walk in front of that green car, please?
The green one?
Yes.
The officer instructs Wiley to perform a series of physical exercises, kicking off the DUI procedure.
Okay, so like I said, I'm Deputy Armstrong with the Broward Sheriff's Office. I'm with the DUI Task Force.
Yeah.
Okay,
The officer explains the reason for stopping the driver, mentioning a red light violation and detecting the smell of marijuana and alcohol. The officer proceeds with their investigation, beginning with checking the driver's eyes.
When I first saw you, you ran the light on Miramar Parkway at Red Road. I was behind you for a good bit of distance. You were driving pretty fast. You doubled back around, ran the red light again, and then now we're here, okay? Like I said, I could smell the marijuana coming from the vehicle. Don't know if it's from you or the passenger or
Maybe
this.
because the club, we had left the club, that's probably why.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But then when another officer was talking to you, he said he could smell the odor of alcohol.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to make sure that you're not impaired beyond your normal faculties to have been operating a motor vehicle.
The officer continues the DUI investigation by using a red light and a pen to assess Wiley's eye movements and reactions.
Stand with your feet together, no spaces, no gaps, and keep your hands by your side. Stay in this position until I give you further instructions, okay? You see this light? When I start to move this light, I need you to follow it with your eyes and your eyes only. Do not move your head, okay?
The officer then performs additional tasks, including asking Wiley to follow a pen around their face and checking if their eyes can cross.
Okay? Now, stay exactly as you are. I'm gonna take the pen around 2 circles around your face. I'm gonna come into the bridge of your nose. I'm not gonna actually touch your nose. Do your eyes have the ability to cross? Like, can you cross your eyes? No. Don't move your head.
The officer instructs the driver to perform a walk and turn exercise, asking them to take specific steps and turn around. The officer observes Wiley's coordination and balance to try and figure out how drunk they may be. The officer instructs Wiley to stand there with their feet together, close their eyes, and tilt their head back and estimate the passage of 30 seconds.
Feet together as they are, hands by your side. When I tell you to begin, you're gonna tilt your head back and close your eyes, but not yet. While you're in that position, I want you to estimate the passage of 30 seconds. What that means is count to 30 to yourself in your head. Once you feel like 30 seconds has passed, just pick your head up, look at me and say stop. That way I know that you're finished.
After the exercises, the officer decides to arrest Wiley for driving under the influence of alcohol and a controlled substance and cuffs her.
All right, so ma'am, I'm gonna place you under arrest for driving under the influence of alcoholic beverage, chemical substance, and/or controlled substance, okay? Once I place the handcuffs on you, I need you to pay close attention because I'm gonna read you something that pertains to your driving privileges.
The officer explains the arrest decision to the driver, saying she observed clues that she was under the influence during the test and probable cause for a DUI arrest.
There's certain clues that I look for.
So what's the clues
And
you
I
found?
saw the clues, and I have probable cause to place you under arrest for driving
What's
under
the
the influence
clues?
of alcoholic
What
beverage, chemical
clues? What
substance,
clues?
or controlled substance.
Is your camera on? What clues?
Yeah, it is on.
So what clues
I
did you
looked at
see?
your eyes. I saw the clues in your eyes.
What?
Your walk and turn. I saw the clues in your walk
How?
and
I
turn.
can walk in a straight line. How?
It's not.
I'm
just
not
about,
balanced. Okay.
Listen, it's just not about walking in a straight line.
Wiley protests, claiming she's not drunk. But the officer remains firm in their decision to take the driver into custody. Now, if you thought that was an uncomfortable encounter, wait until you meet our next drunk driver, known only as McDonald. A father driving drunk with kids in car. In Orange County, Florida, sheriffs stop a driver named McDonald. As deputies approach, they notice McDonald's bloodshot eyes while a child sits in the back in a booster seat. McDonald explains that he was having trouble shifting the car into neutral at a car wash. Here's what happened next.
How's it going, sir?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. What's going on over there?
Oh, just rattled, drive my wife's car.
Okay.
Trying to get home.
Okay, sounds good.
The cop walks up to the driver, asking how they're doing, and diving into what went down. The driver says another car speeding by shook them and tells the officer they just want to get home. The officer then requests McDonald's license.
You got your driver's license on you?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, thank you.
The officer sniffs a whiff of alcohol and engages in further conversation with the driver, who mentions having a baby in the back. The officer discusses concerns about the driver's ability to operate the vehicle and explains that they received reports from people at a car wash regarding the driver's behavior.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
So my partner explained to you why she pulled you over?
No.
No? Okay. So we're just concerned about your ability to drive a vehicle right now, okay? So the people at the car wash made some statements. They were concerned about some stuff.
Okay.
I guess you were having some trouble, difficulty putting your car in gear. Like, they made some observations.
I was, yeah. It's not familiar with.
The officer asks the driver to perform field sobriety exercises, starting with the walk and turn test.
Would you be willing to do some field sobriety exercises just to make sure you're okay to drive?
I'd be happy to do it.
Okay. Can you step out of the car, please?
The driver completes the test, but stumbles through it, raising some eyebrows. The officer instructs the driver to perform the one-leg stand test. The driver raises their left leg as instructed, counting aloud. The officer observes the performance.
Okay. So for this exercise, you're going to place your left foot on the line and then place your right foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to toe like this.
The officer instructs the driver to do the finger-to-nose test with eyes closed. The driver struggles to follow the instructions accurately. The driver is asked to estimate 30 seconds with their eyes closed. The officer notes the elapsed time.
That way, look, you're still right there, okay? So put your feet together, your arms at your sides.
Okay.
All right. Again, you're going to be closing your eyes and tilting your head back slightly, okay?
Okay.
You're going to estimate the passing of 30 seconds.
Okay.
You're going to estimate that time passing inside your head. Do not count out loud. Good to go?
Yes.
All right, tilt your head back and close your eyes, please.
The officer informs the driver that they are being placed under arrest for driving under the influence.
Yes, sir. At this point in time, you are being placed under arrest for driving under the influence.
McDonald expresses concerns about his child in the car, and the officer discusses arrangements for the child's well-being. And now it's time for our final drunk driver who was caught carpooling their kids under the influence. Drunk grandmother driving car with grandkids. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department stopped an older woman driving with her grandchildren in the car. She was driving on the opposite side of the road and driving erratically. She admitted to officers that she was drunk. Here's how it all happened.
Officer, I am good. You're really drunk?
The officer informs the driver that the stop is now a DUI investigation. They mention that the driver appears to be really drunk and questions whether that's the reason for hitting the guardrail.
Is there a reason why you wrecked into the guardrail when you stopped?
No, I just...
And your registration and insurance?
Officer, I really...
It's the classic ask, license and registration please. With the papers in hand, the officer decides to proceed with standardized field sobriety tests. The officer conducts the horizontal gaze test by instructing the driver to follow the tip of a pen with their eyes. However, there seems to be difficulty with this test.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check your eyes, all right? You're gonna follow the tip of the pen. You see the tip of the pen?
Yes.
Follow with your eyes and your eyes only. Do not move your head. Do you understand? Okay. No. Follow just the tip and with your eyes only. Don't move your head. You understand? You understand the instruction? Okay, just follow with your eyes. Don't move your head, okay?
The cop asks her to perform the walk and turn test, where the driver is asked to walk heel to toe along a line. The grandmother struggles with the instructions and performance.
All right, right here. Right over here, Sandra. I want you to put your left foot facing this way, facing the truck. Okay. I want you to put your left foot along the line like this, okay? Right on the line. Put your right foot directly in front of it, heel to toe. Keep your hands at your sides. Put your right foot right in front. Put your right foot in front, heel to toe. No, we're not walking yet. We're not walking yet. We're just starting, okay?
The officer conducts the one-leg stand test. The driver raises one leg approximately 6 inches off the ground, counting out loud. However, it seems that there are issues with balance.
Okay, put your heels together, hands at your side. When I tell you, I want you to raise one leg approximately 6 inches off the ground. Okay, it's about the height of a Coke can. All right, okay? So hands at the side, 1001, 1002, 1000, and so forth until I tell you to stop.
1001.
Hold on, wait till I tell you to start, okay?
Okay. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 5, 6.
Finally, the cop informs the driver that they are under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol and places handcuffs on the grandma.
Sandra, you're under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol, okay?
The officer then escorts the driver to the patrol car and proceeds to place them in custody. And that's what happens when you drive dangerously, folks.